Welcome, exile. Is there something you need?
Hold on a second, actually. Well, no,
let's finish this just in case we...
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Are you alright?
Yes, your features, your stance. There is a calm about you that I did not notice on Telos.
What do you mean?
Putting it on.
There is an energy about you, a lightness in your movements. It is something I have seen in only the most disciplined and revered of the Echani weapon masters, yet it comes to you with ease.
I appreciate the term Echani weapon master. It's a solid term.
I feel good. I'm feeling
a little blue.
It shows in your features. It is beautiful to see.
Wow.
All right. Never mind. I'll be going. So we can cancel out that. I assume you wanted to save for a second?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. We're good. That's just that's a specific dialogue prompt because we're on the light side. So she's like, oh, hey. You looking pretty good right now. Looking like a goody two shoes.
She's throwing
right in
it.
there. Right in there.
Throwing it. What are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
Could always play Pazak with that.
Pazak is a pretty good way to go.
I like that word.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
Hey!
No, I do not trust him.
At cards?
That too.
All right. I don't think anyone here trusts each other. This is gonna be a short
journey.
Yeah. We're kind of just slunking it. We're slunking it.
Yeah.
That is untrue. You and the Iridonian trust each other, or at least the Iridonian trusts you. We heard much of the Iridonian when we served Atris.
Okay, just for
Atris believed that the Iridonian held...
It's 4 times she said Iridonian.
Bail.
Okay, let me explain. He is an Iridonian Zabrak, specifically. That's the light side Zabrak.
Yeah.
Iridonian versus... There is like several different subspecies of Zabrak. Iridonian is like the light side variant versus the Dathmir Zabrak is Darth Maul.
Dathmir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you say Iridonian, you're referring to specifically light side, Dathmir dark side, but Zabrak is the whole race.
That's the whole. There's a lot of them. There's also some rich deep lore that is really cool and immediately deleted thanks to Disney, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. There's a lot of cool stuff there.
Okay.
Dates back to the Starforge stuff. Who?
Bao-Dur? Is this why they just... Yeah, you're talking about my boy?
Yeah.
Yes. His skill with machines is something beyond which most can aspire to. His shield technology surpasses the designs of even the most skilled of Echani power architects. I do not realize if you know what it means to have such a one respect and follow you. The Iridonian allied himself with no one on the entire world of Telos, yet he will follow you at the risk of his life. His stance, in many ways, mirrors yours. Where he walks, he carries a world upon his shoulders. And like you, I do not know if he has ever faced it.
Yo, you are like, she's just watching stances all day.
She's all about that punch mechanics, forms, stances, and we need to settle everything with punching. Because last time when we were on the academy, she's like, you know what? Maybe if you and Atris just fought, like the truth would come out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just every other sentence, is talking. Like, hit Dragon Ball Super. This is the stance.
Yep.
Yep.
Hi, Goku.
Looking for the stance.
Yep.
All right. So I don't want to talk about it, or it's not your concern, or you'd never understand.
That's unfortunately the nicest way to do this. I think would be the top one. Would be I don't want to talk about it.
Or maybe you'd like to explain why she's siphoning power over there, and then all the complete dismissals.
Yeah. I would say I don't want to talk about it because it's
I mean, that seems more aggressive than 2.
I mean, it's your call. 1 or 2.
Hard to say. They're all.
Yeah, they're not.
Down.
They're kind of like stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
The third one though is very much like, no, fuck you though.
Yeah. All right. Abort.
I will respect your wishes and his. Forgive me.
It was a long time ago. It's just difficult to describe
Talk about the war.
Someone wasn't there. Don't mention it again. Fuck off. All right.
Yeah, a little bit of PTSD there. A little bit of scarring.
It's just difficult to describe.
The Mandalorian Wars were like that for many. Many returned, who could not tell of their experiences in a way that could bring meaning to them.
All right.
Okay.
You may ask.
So we actually want to do the same questions again that we did to her on the in the temple, because then we can get some points out of it.
Oh.
So we gotta do it again.
You double up?
Yeah.
So it doesn't count then?
Technically, if we end up with some light side points, then it worked. If not, then it's.
She said you betrayed
We've
the
already
Jedi
done this.
by
Just a quick
going to
review.
war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters.
She wouldn't stop talking
your
about you.
teachings,
She
and
talked about you
yourself.
every day.
Every single day.
Every day. Oh. Right.
That is not all she says.
Oh.
She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts.
She was super
And she
mad.
told us why you fell to
Super
the dark
duper
side.
Super
butthurt.
mad, but she definitely kept the lightsaber though,
She kept it super hard.
as a reminder,
It was always on the kitchen table.
or in the bedroom.
What? Dark side?
Dark side.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars.
Right.
When you gave it.
Yeah, we've
And
done
then,
this. So why didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Atris said.
Anything else?
Anything
I
else?
believe that is the.
Expressed feelings.
Yes, it is difficult.
You want to go with what do you mean? What do you think her heart says?
Right.
Without having seen you and Atris fight.
Right.
battle
Yeah,
is
yeah. And
pure
then if I fought Atris, that might make the truth come out.
Yeah.
Perhaps it may. In battle, the words are swept.
Yeah. So we've done that before.
Yes.
We've done that before.
Okay, so
All right. Now and then, why do you look different than your sisters? We know, but we still wanna click on that.
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something usually spoken of in the company.
right, we did all
Right, yeah,
this.
yeah.
Mom
Same
said
father.
I
I apologize, no offense.
There's no-
Right.
Yeah. Sensitive subject.
It is.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
You may ask.
Okay. Okay, so this is new.
Yeah. Why are you called
That's
handmaids?
new.
Do you have a name?
We did this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Or I wanted to ask you about Atris. I think we can do that one.
Okay.
I do not wish to speak
Yeah.
of
So
her
we
to
don't
you.
have an influence yet.
Her actions are her own.
Her influence is a little
and to
different
reveal
than
to you if
than
she
others.
sees fit.
Her system works a little bit
You may
differently.
ask.
Okay, well, let's start here.
We attend Atris. It is the duty of all of us, from the first of my sisters to me, the last of the handmaidens.
You're the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I am the last of the handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
Uh-huh. That word has certainly taken on a new meaning. Thanks to Margaret Atwood. Your skill is impressive as your devotion is to your training. You're a big, strong, fight-seeming person.
Butter
That
up,
is
butter
not
up.
entirely correct.
Butter up.
There are times I am distracted. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
Sorry, what?
What?
There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
There's so much about their ways, their forms of battle, and be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy. Okay, so battle is not the truth of the teachings, it's the farthest thing from it, or combat is not the Jedi way, it is not my way,
Or is this what occupies your thoughts?
yeah, and then...
To lose combat techniques would be tragic indeed. She's a fighter.
Yeah, no, totally. No, I mean, fuck all that. How do I feel?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, one of the methods that inflict violence is limited, it weakens us all, and you would preserve it, forget any other questions. Yo,
To lose those combat
big
techniques
fight
would be
styles,
fucking tragic.
man. Could you imagine if you hit sword, gun, trick, and then you went to hit royal, and then there was nothing there, and it went brr brr. Brr
That
brr.
would be so
Dante's like,
unfortunate.
yeah, sorry, we don't have it anymore.
No, we lost it. We lost the text. We lost the sacred text.
Gun, trick, sword. Fucking kill me. What a nightmare.
I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Devotion to their cause, combat's not the best way to communicate to others. I mean, fuck off with the pacifist shit. We out here fighting.
So you consider slaughter a means of expression?
No, we answer with our fists, and the
Yeah.
answer lies in the heart of battle.
I agree, very much so.
Come on.
I'm happy you're on the same page here.
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Terrace was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry or strokes upon a canvas. She spoke through battles and tactics in a way one could never do in words. She showed her heart at Malachor V, and finally at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe she was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
I think that's a really good point. Yeah, Malak was very much in his expression of being brutal and just fuck it, nuke the planet, versus Revan like, no, come over here. Let's be smart about this. I think is a really, really good interpretation of that.
Interpreting battle tactics as intent,
as a reflection of who they are as a character, right? Which I think you can do with, especially if you look at something like a battle anime.
I've been in history classes where when they referred to World War I shit with the Kaiser as like it was not at all the same in World War II. It was very different, and back then there was actually a weird sense of admiration between people on the battlefield in some cases in World War I.
Yeah. When
they'd be like, okay, we know exactly who this is and we know exactly what their style is, and I have my own style, and we shall see on the field of battle.
Hey, Woolie, what show that's 100 parts do you really like? That involves, oh yes, this commander's battle tactics is very, very intriguing. I wish to know more about this, as literally millions of people die.
Something about them galactic heroes.
Something about them. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it's nothing that great.
Mutual respect between enemies.
Yes.
Over philosophy and battle. Indeed. Yeah, that's such. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes, my favorite anime.
I've only seen the new adaptation. I haven't seen the old one, but it's on my list. Revan
and Malak were driven only by the dark side. The Force drove Revan to do what needed to be done. What do you think Revan was saying? Probably there. I wouldn't ascribe too much poetry. Forget it.
Yeah.
What a
bitch answer. No, it was just the dark side.
Yeah.
What do you think they were saying?
You know, it's like any like bookworm Padawan that doesn't want to like think for themselves. It's just like blasphemy.
Yeah.
How could you?
Yeah. Almost like some type of cult or religion of hey, what do you feel about? No, shut up! Stop it! No, stop it!
Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal and showing Malak the pain he had inflicted on his master. What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange and seen the truth of their conflict with each other.
I mean, I was there. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, was Pockets driven by the dark side?
Yeah. See, that's the dismissive thing you can throw in there, or you have to turn off.
I mean,
this conversation.
yeah. Honestly, at this point, you can go either way. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, forget it. I had other questions.
Yeah.
Because they weren't.
No, they definitely were not.
It's super short-sighted to assume that they were.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Handmaidens.
Almost like the whole concept of of black and white, good and evil, is a really short-sighted view of how the universe runs, and just being like, no, there's only good and evil.
Perhaps.
Do you have a name?
What is your name?
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name, as all the children of the Echani do.
What's
your name?
It doesn't matter right there.
Title and rank is of consequence, not my name. I take value in Atris's service, not in myself.
Oh, it literally doesn't matter what your name is. I was just saying that, but it actually doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You should take value.
Then the Rock's like, oh, it was like, yeah, no, my name doesn't matter. And he's like, okay, well, Mike bit over. I was not anticipating you to agree with me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then, good job, jabroni.
Yeah. You should take value in yourself as well.
You should have.
As do all slaves, you have no value to anyone but Atris. You have no value to me.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Ignore the yellow eyes.
Just the background changes color.
Yeah.
You should probably have some self-confidence.
We all have value in our oaths to others and the promises we make. When we make that pledge, we are pledging ourselves to something greater. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts, the galaxy is unmade.
Yeah, but you also have to have some.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so truth in what you say, is that your judgment of me? Are you making some comment about me turning from the Jedi Code?
Was that a stab? You got a stab in there?
Is that some shade? Do you think I lost myself when I disobeyed the Jedi?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself.
And do not follow up on those top two. Do not follow up on those top two.
I had some other questions.
Yeah.
You may ask.
All right.
What else we got?
What are the Handmaidens? You have a name. I would like to return to the Academy on Telos. I don't.
I mean, you can ask it,
But where does this go?
let's
It is
find
not
out.
possible to dock at the Academy without the proper codes.
Do
Do you have them?
Yes, but I could not give them to you.
Great, that's all settled. We don't have to worry about that evermore. Hey, there we go. Hey, we're not going back to Telos for a while.
All right.
All right, so that's everything we've done. You've done. What are you doing? We'll be able to talk to her more later, but right now, well, Netlight.
Well, what? Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, so you got a Netlight side. There was a dark side somewhere in there, and I think it was back when you were like, yeah, fighting, yeah, fighting is the way.
Fighting is cool.
Yeah, I think you did it in a way that made it sound evil, but whatever. It's okay. Still light side.
It wasn't that last one just by being the third option?
Nah, I think you're good.
Well, this is a very confusing prompt.
Oh, my favorite is when it's like, sometimes you get like, influence gained character, influence lost the same character, dark side points, light side points, net light side or point shift, and it's just like this big mess of like, what?
No, I want to see John with both hands, like conducting two different orchestras, and one is like,
on three, do the evil one. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Well, hey! Never forget my favorite part about the when Rogue One was doing its promo material. The end of the trailer had that the Imperial March with the light side theme kicking in lightly, and they faded both together at the end of the trailer. Not a lot of people. I feel
I don't remember that, honestly.
Yeah. Not a lot of people remembered it, but like the end of the Rogue One, like not the teaser, but the trailer for it. It was doing like an Imperial March remix or something a lot like it had the same notes.
Yep.
And then it bled right into the leitmotif for the light side.
There's one in Star Wars Rebels where it's during like Imperial Pride Day, and it's a major version of the Imperial March that's super happy, and it's like a big like marching, and I'm like, that's really cool. That's a cool little thing to do, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's great.
All right, so I guess we could talk to Bao-Dur. Should probably talk to Bao-Dur, and then
net light side shift.
We got Bao-Dur to talk to. Should probably save.
So that's also that net shift means big movement.
No, you did dark side, you did light side, and you did more light side than dark side.
Oh, so it's just saying, okay, you did both.
You did both, but you ended up with light side on top.
More so positive. Okay, okay.
Yeah. All right, Bao-Dur, and then a quick talk to Atten, and then we can finally move on to the next planet, and by that I mean we have to go back to Telos and take out some money from the ATM.
I mean, we can. The ATM is going to do what it does. Yes.
Are you enjoying this podcast?
Yeah. Kind of. I wanna find the little bit.
The bit?
I want to find the little bit.
All right.
Give me a second.
All right, I'm going to stall for time. So anyways, really cool thing about this lightsaber is it has multiple different sound fonts. I know this is probably playing very well. Wait. Come on. There we go. Hey, YouTube audience. I bought a fucking lightsaber and it works. It's a dueling lightsaber.
I don't like that voice that turns on when you press the button.
Yeah, well, you got to hold it down, but then it's in power on mode, and then you're good to go. And then it turns off. And then you can switch the different types of sounds. And while Woolie's still looking there, did you find it, Woolie? It's okay, I can keep stalling for time. So that was Viridian.
Hold up, maybe. Is it this one?
Oh, the trailer. Yeah. Don't get copyright claimed. Alright, so that's the Force. So that's just the Force theme.
No.
No, that's not. That's just the Force theme.
No. Okay. It's
anyway.
one. Alright, I tried.
Alright.
I tried. It's not that one.
Alright, everyone just hold on. We have to obnoxiously turn off this lightsaber. Wait. Or it's gonna yell.
It's gonna yell.
There we go.
Okay.
Great, moving on. Let's go talk to Bao-Dur. And he's in the cargo hold. He's in where Canderous used to stand, if you remember where Canderous stood. How dare you stand where he stood?
I mean, he's all right.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good. He's our punch boy. So yeah, to the left. Everything you own. Nope, to the left. Everything you own in the box to your left. And then there he is, working on the ship behind us. Remember there was a big hole? Oh, no, that's right. You didn't see the big hole because we didn't go into this room. But there was a giant hole at that tutorial thing.
General, are you all right?
Mask buddies.
Yep. Mask boys. What are you talking about?
You look like you've been standing too close to one of my shield generators.
It was inspired by your arm.
You could do that if you want.
Whoa. Claws out today, aren't they?
Now whose claws are out?
Seriously, you don't look that way from spending extra time in the fresher. I've seen other Jedi, not many but a few, who look like that. And I feel a little strange around you. A little more
Good.
in control. Calm.
Good.
Like I usually only get when I'm repairing something.
That's my influencer ability.
Yep.
It's the Jedi thing.
Yeah. When one is in touch with the Force, it can manifest. I think it's a Jedi thing.
It's a Jedi
It's a
thing.
Jedi thing.
All right. If you don't want to talk about it, I won't press you. Was there something you wanted me for?
Okay, let's see here.
Where'd you pick up that remote?
Yeah.
That old thing? I built him when I was a kid. Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off.
Ah.
Hey, just kidding. I'm happy to have you around.
Ah, he's a kidder. He loves his jokes.
What does it do other than follow you around?
He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying techs.
Blip, 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 blip. Lol.
So, I have a theory where the smaller the droid, the more asshole-ish they get. And the more prank, it's just a prank bro they get.
I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship. Something else I can help you with?
What about D-O? D0 was just kind of like abused in the new one, and it's super tiny.
Right. Oh, yeah.
The hair dryer.
I forgot about him.
The hair dryer.
That's how little I forget. That's how little I remember about him. I actually forgot about
Dio.
him. Yeah,
Dio.
I remember that now. And I'm now, again, actively re-deleting so I can fill it up with more cool information.
Gotcha. Do I have all the lightsaber parts I'll need?
I believe we're missing 2
Let me
parts.
see what you have. No, you're still missing an emitter-matrix and lens.
On that,
Something else I can help you
on that
with?
note, Woolie, how bad do you want a lightsaber right now? Because the way things are going, we could have not 1, but 2 in the next 2 hours.
Well, again, I am probably not going to be rolling all the way through the game with them, so I wouldn't mind getting it out of my system now.
And now here's the trade-off, right? You know, it does require a greater good. It does require a greater good, which we will address as we get there.
Light later.
Light later.
Light later.
But we can definitely have a lightsaber in fact.
2?
Way earlier than we should.
That sounds very fast.
Yes.
All right, hold on. What are you doing?
Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
Well, I mean, technically, it was a bunch of droids under the command of an assassin droid.
But can I ask you something?
What is it?
Why did you decide to fight?
The Jedi says in action. It's a mistake. In respect to the commission, I was eager to undergo battle. Somewhere along the lines of this.
Which one would you pick?
I would say because innocent people were being slaughtered without the Jedi's help.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, either or. I think you're good with either or.
Yeah.
Bayo seems to be like a pretty on the up and up kind of guy.
Right. The Mandalorians had to be stopped. The Jedi served no one with inaction.
The war went poorly before Revan and the Jedi lent aid to the Republic. Many of us believed the Jedi to be cowards who were afraid to face the Mandalorian threat. I remembered when word of the Mandalorian attacks arrived on Iridonia. My people had colonies across the Outer Rim. Many of them were among the first systems to fall.
A good as reason. Yeah, that's a pretty good reason to sign up.
Yeah.
I did not join because I wanted to protect, though. I hated them. I wanted to destroy them. To give them the mercy they gave the people they conquered. I remember the thrill I felt when we fought them in battle. Victories were rare, but we celebrated every Mandalorian's death. Do you know how it felt?
How would you handle a two-sided lightsaber? You think you could do a flip or two sideways?
You know.
I wonder.
I wonder indeed. I would.
Yeah, so
2 would probably
to resist this emotions. Yes, I felt it too. The rush.
Yeah, you want to agree with him.
Decided to free myself from the frenzy.
You might want to agree with him.
Yeah.
It's always on my mind now. That loss of control blinded me, turned me into a weapon. I just needed to get that off my chest. Was there something you wanted me for?
Yep. So that's. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I wonder how much the game, like, acknowledges that you are giving people answers they want to hear, in the sense that, like, whatever you pick is the truth, right? But you're gonna tell people what you think they like.
Yeah.
If you get the impression that if someone kind of says disapprovingly, "Why'd you help that person?" then you go, "Oh, maybe I'll," you know what I mean? Like kind of like bend a little bit towards that. And you get your light and your dark side out of that. But I guess it kind of like makes me wonder, on the whole, if there's a reaction to your personality being whatever you want to hear, I'll give you. Do you know what I mean?
So it's. Do you remember earlier when we were just talking when Kreia was like, people are like coming to you and like, and they're just they want to be with you, and they're even like. Bending, like they're changing their whole minds.
They're acting differently to you than they do to other people.
Right. There might be something in that.
Yeah.
And in fact, there's a thing we'll be doing eventually where I think this will give you a really good insight into maybe what the fuck is going on.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things going on in this game. And as we progress the game, we'll get more questions to these answers. Yeah. But no,
it's a shower thought.
The other way around though, it is like if you were playing this by yourself without me and just playing this without like, hey, maybe you should hear what they tell them what they want to say versus like I'll just do what I want to do. Some characters are going to react poorly to certain things you do, and you can actually intentionally make someone hate you. You can go the other way and pick the influence to negative and go the other direction, which I haven't done that very often, but you do get you do get something a little different in that regard. Interesting.
Okay, and he gives you shields.
Yeah.
Sorry, General.
Because you have too many.
I'll see if I can make some more when I get a chance. Something else I can help you with?
In fact, I think the hardest thing to do is being on the dark side and trying to influence everyone over to the dark side. Because as you've seen so far, the majority of your crew is on the light.
Pretty
so
alright.
Slowly influence them to the dark side is something very tricky to do.
Okay, so no points just those conversations.
Yeah, so Bao-Dur is a tricky character for getting influence because a lot of his influence is based around contextual prompts in the world. Okay. So there's not a lot of conversation that'll trigger. Like we can't just like for example with Kreia, where if you just talk to her and then respond the way you want to talk to her, you can get more influence and keep talking through all of her information.
He's more concerned with shit going on.
It's just there's less chances. So it's the hardest I'd say out of everyone to get Bao-Dur up to like on your side and stuff, like up to super influence and stuff. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it because we're gonna be pulling him around with us as buddies for a bit so that he likes us, and we're gonna make sure that we do some actions that he will approve of.
Just as we were like, as I was joking about Darth Maul a second ago, I just thought about how like I remember the actual moment I was sold like completely on the character. Like it was just a cool looking guy, and like, okay, there's your bad guy through the whole thing. But the moment I was sold on it was the moment that he sits down between the shields and just goes, nothing's going on, I'm just gonna wait,
just gonna meditate.
Yep. And I was like, that's perfect.
Now,
that
if I remember correctly,
everything you needed to know about his character.
He doesn't actually sit down. I think he walks back and forth and.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Qui-Gon does that.
Qui-Gon paces.
Yeah, he turns, but they both turn the lightsabers off, and they go. Yeah, you know what?
I fucked it up.
But I understand the sentiment because that represents both characters.
Both characters in that moment.
You have Darth Maul just seething and waiting for his chance to hit, and he's just like, I'm gonna fucking murder this guy. And then you have, I'm just gonna wait.
The way they handle a door in between that fight. Exactly. I was like, this is so good for telling you what you need to know about these characters.
Yeah.
And then nothing like that really happens again.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's lots of great moments in the prequels where like they show, don't tell, but a lot of it is tell, don't show. A lot of it is exposition with two characters in a room talking. But you get those little moments where you're like, I've learned everything I need to know about this character by this one interaction.
Do that, like having those moments in fights, in action scenes, tells you so much.
Also, in that same movie, Maul, like, on the speeder bike, doesn't stop to give a grandiose speech and go, I'm gonna get you, haha. He whips out the lightsaber and starts swinging on the speeder, and it's like, we are in there.
I don't know what it is, but you look different. It's hard to explain, but it's good to see.
I feel like I'm on Big Blue.
I'm glowing.
As you can probably guess, they have different responses if you were in red.
It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. Anyway, just wanted to mention it. I think the others have noticed it too.
Hey,
I got some
Fanny, you look kind of cool.
Hey.
All right.
I don't think we have any questions we can actually ask right now other than Pazak. Yeah.
Okay.
So also, just to remind you, previously, all the Handmaiden sisters were like, "Yo, your Atten boy, he got advanced martial arts Echani training.
Right.
He absolutely has that training." And we kind of asked, "There's like, no, I don't." And we're like, and we left it there, and we didn't. And yeah, he kind of diverted. Okay, that's the ship. That took what, an hour? That's okay. We're gonna be doing a lot of these. So before we go anywhere, let's go back to Telos real quick.
By the way,
yes,
I actually do know Nar Shaddaa.
Why do you know Nar Shaddaa?
Because it was a planet that was visited in Dark Empire.
Yes.
In the comic.
What do you remember about?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
but it was a place they went in Dark Empire, and I did read that trilogy.
Also, speaking of Dark Empire, that's a good segue into. Hey, did you hear about that? They just rehashed a Dark Empire plot for the Emperor.
The clone shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's canon.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also, did you watch that Mike was wrong video where Mike offers a better
wrong!
And it offers a such cooler explanation than the other way around.
This Palpatine was there the whole time!
Alright, just also, for clarity, I don't hate the sequel trilogy. I think they're fine. I just want to say that right now. But you gotta call shit out when it's fucking time, because my god. Because I like Last Jedi. In fact, I've got a little bit of an anecdote. Woolie, we saw Last Jedi together, opening weekend.
Yes.
And I vividly remember that, because I vividly remember the theater going silent with the coolest fucking, one of the probably top 10 coolest Star Wars moments ever, of hyperdrive through the ship.
To me, it's number one.
That is one of the coolest moments.
It is,
and it was fucking sick.
That remains my favorite thing about the entire franchise in terms of just cool action moments.
Yes.
And not like world stuff. Like, Lightspeed Kamikaze.
Yes.
Is number one.
Yes. And also, this was the shower thought I had the other day. I vividly remember this. On the way down the escalator, going out of the theater, I turned to you and said something. Do you remember what I said?
I don't remember what you said.
I said, I really enjoyed that movie. I have zero desire to see the next one.
Right. Yes. That is exactly what you said.
And I'm like, that was great. I don't care what happens next.
Yeah.
I do not want to see what happens next.
Yeah, because everything leading out, I should say, was just like, oh, that sucks. You set up nothing.
Yeah.
You set up nothing.
Yeah.
You know, the potential was dropped. That was 100% it.
Yeah.
Now, the problem, I know that a lot of people have addressed and said that the Lightspeed Kamikaze is, like, it doesn't work with the way Lightspeed is supposed to work because of, you know, like, other problems that have been presented in other Star Wars fiction.
Yeah.
But, like, is there a difference between Lightspeed and hyperspace?
I mean, it's basically the same thing. There's like hyperspace lanes where there's like, okay, these are the routes you can fly through hyperspace without blowing up your ship. Like if you fly this direction here, you won't crash into something.
Yes,
but it's basically the same thing. It's hyperspace is light speed basically. So
could
you're taking light speed into hyperspace.
So I would assume that the beginning of a jump could make that type of thing happen.
I mean, in the middle of a jump, you could crash into a planet.
Right.
Like that's the whole point of hyperspace. But yeah, I honestly, there's a lot of stupid in Last Jedi, but I really enjoyed it. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed that movie out of all of them, just because it was something different.
I just wish looking back, I just wish it had the balls to go through
to execute, to follow through with everything.
follow through with what the ideas of what they were trying to set up. You know.
All right, so we need to go and get some change. We need to go get some change.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that, like, okay, you can actually come and do this.
Okay, so here's the thing.
It matters.
We don't want to level her up, but for a different reason than you're thinking. Not a prestige class. She has an influence thing. Okay, you remember the fight fuck?
Batman and Catwoman?
Well, the fight fuck we just did. On
The one we did,
yes.
yeah.
All right. So what if I said we have to do that again?
Okay.
And if she's at a really low level, it takes 2 seconds.
I see.
So, and
All right, that's fine.
So
I'll roll with the boys.
So we're gonna just hold up for a second.
All right, tech boys.
Yeah, and it helps clear that out, and we'll be able to do that very quickly.
So yeah, and we're waiting on his level.
Yeah,
too,
but we can do T3 if you want to do T3. He hasn't had a level since Telos or since Paragus.
Okay.
So we can give him a couple
Actually,
levels.
hold on a second.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Since I should be able to do this here.
Oh, you have to confirm.
What's going on?
X to confirm.
X to confirm.
There we go.
I hear you.
Okay. No.
What are you looking for? Oh, the vision. Right. Yeah, a little different, right?
Interesting.
Now, also,
and there
take
I
note.
am.
And what color are you?
I'm blue as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Interesting little detail, right?
They didn't have to do that at all.
No, they didn't.
Whoa.
It's a pretty neat little detail, right? And also, if you do this from T3's view, guess what it looks like? Like a droid.
Droid.
Yeah.
So that's force vision.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing. Okay.
Pretty cool, right?
Fascinating.
Really interesting little, and then
What
you're
a
just
fun,
regular vision.
Fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also like the fact that your sword is picking out from your vision too, so it's like you are actually looking from first person. It's not just like a camera floating in space.
Oh yeah, it is on your head.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. All right. Again, you might want to give T3 a couple levels here right now. Just because I think he's at level 6, and we can 7. So we want to give him some. Oh, don't automatically do that. No.
Do it this way. Actually, let me see what they're saying. Strength or
he's your point boy. So although again at 18 intelligence, that's a lot of skill points. But if you want to keep pumping intelligence, you can. You just got to take it out of the dexterity recommendation.
Okay. And then skills. You stay up. You stay big high.
I think you can hit recommend, and it'll just do it. Yeah, there you go. Great. And then
He's got another one.
and I think he's got another ability point stocked, or another attribute point coming up, so we can do another point to intelligence and give him big points.
Okay.
All right, so at this point, don't worry about gearhead and caution and any of that crap, because we're gonna get so many skill points with him anyways, because he has so many skill points. Do you want to give him? You can give him some toughness, make him stronger.
He needs toughness.
You can give him dual wielding if you want, and make him have 2 guns.
That's cool, but I want the
Toughness?
I want survivability.
Yeah,
on all my crew.
That is totally fair. So we'll get that going first. Yeah, just keep recommending.
Okay. Oh yeah, he hasn't come out in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't been here since Paragus.
All right.
So like I said, good to get him some levels. So yeah, next level he should get another attribute point, and then they'll give him more intelligence, and they'll give him big buffs for big boys. Now, one thing. See the sword icon you have on your little menu in the bottom left?
Yeah.
So those are your different force forms, and Jedi lightsaber forms. We don't have a lightsaber, so we're going to switch it to force channel. Click.
FP regen and
FP damage. Force
okay.
channel is just a general buff to make your force power stronger and to make them regenerate faster.
Okay, so it's like if you don't have a lightsaber form or whatever, you can just go to make your force better.
Yeah, hey, guess what? You wanted to play force? Now you can play force.
Okay. So then, nice. The lightsaber.
You gotta hit the terminal.
Lightsaber forms are not. They're not.
No, they're lightsaber or force, depending on how you want to be your playstyle.
You don't get locked out.
Yep.
Nice.
So force channel is just a general buff to make your force powers. Although I don't think it increases the regen in combat, but it definitely makes your damage much higher. Oh.
Hey there, guys. What's poppin'?
Gotta hit that save. Gotta hit that save real quick.
Hey, I was in the middle of a thought too, actually, about
We're about to go to a thought, so.
No,
That was bad. I'll kill myself.
I was. Oh yes. Speaking of killing yourself.
Yes. Oh, good. I like where this is going. Suicide is always the answer.
Yeah. No, the Lightspeed Kamikaze idea,
yes,
right?
yes.
Do you remember what the major problems people had with the concept of it was?
I don't, because I honestly didn't care at that point. But,
Okay.
But I know. I just think it just had a general problem with the movie and all things. Like people just didn't like the movie. Were like, wait.
Right. And then what I remembered, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, we all talk about like how the episode 9 backdowns are very disappointing.
Yes.
But the backdowns started at the end of 8.
The backdown started in the middle of 8 when they were like, hey, we have these really cool characters named Finn and Poe. Let's send them on a casino adventure planet to get... Shit, we need a love interest.
Send her instead.
Yeah, let's send her instead.
And yeah, well, there's that. Certainly.
Yeah.
And if they didn't start backdowning halfway through, right? That's the thing, is like, even if they had to switch directors to get a different flavor on it,
Yeah.
they already started backing down in the middle of... Whoa.
Yeah.
Targets acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation. And bring about the termination of hostilities.
Wonderful.
Now, this is really unfortunate for them because
Destroy droid.
we picked up and we just popped a force form.
Yeah.
That makes this real rough. I'm really sorry, guys, but...
Anyway, in the meantime, remember the guy that they had to go meet? The special hacker dude?
I do.
Like, that turned out to be nothing.
Remember when they really wanted to sell Captain Phasma toys? And Rian Johnson didn't?
It is what it is.
Oop, watch your health. Oh, never mind. Kreia's watching it for you.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you're good. Kreia's watching it for you. You know, one of these days they'll get good.
Eventually.
One of these days they'll get good. Also, huge bonus to having a lightsaber. You can deflect blaster bolts.
Yes.
And
automatically.
and here's the thing: if you do want to go, pick up these remains first off. Oh look, another part for HK.
Lovely.
Oh good, we only need one more. If you're gonna go punch Jedi, we need the force power that deflects blaster bolts with your hands.
Okay.
Because otherwise, we're gonna get melted every time we walk into a fight with blasters.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
What? Let's see how good this molten.
I mean, you know, it's a flamethrower. That's all it is. It's a flame. That's not a weapon. It's a like a arm, like a shock arm.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. Again, T3 shock arm's still the best, but you can do a molten cannon.
The name sounds like a big deal.
It's just a flamethrower. It's a don't replace that one.
Right. I'm just looking at the stats.
Yeah. So fire damage 60 points, so it's just a good hard fire. And then horror, if you hit it with a human, it makes them stunned for 3 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're still on shock arm. Yeah. So a good thing. Oh, I guess we could also plug in some chips into his brain since we picked up a few parts and a few things since then.
Fortitude, Constitution, computer use.
Give him, give him some more skills. That's his big thing right now. What's his
tracker is on.
What about memory upgrade? What do we got? Oh yeah. There we go. And 2 intelligence, huge buff. There we go. That's a huge buff.
And then self-sustaining unit.
Regenerate or make him
regen.
stronger. Yeah, I think regen's the best way to go. Give him some better armor because I think he's at level 2 now. You can give him impact armor level 2 or desh plating. Desh plating's really good.
6, 1 dexterity.
Yep. Great.
4,
can't
6.
use and you can't use level 3 yet. You will just from the nature of playing through the game.
And then deflector mark 1 or
60. That's a bit better. Yeah, so 60 is better. Great,
right.
Awesome. And then we can eventually upgrade a gun and give him a good gun. But for right now, that should be just fine. He is big skills, boys. All right, let's go withdraw some currency. Also, I should point out we're not going to come here after every level to get cash because that's going to take forever.
Also,
and,
it doesn't max out, right?
I don't think it does.
You said it just to get to 2,000.
Well, I think it maxes out at I don't think you get any more than 2,000 a level. But yeah, it's every level, and I don't think there's an end.
I mean, if we ever start starving for
we
cash.
won't though. Once we hit more of the mid game, which we're starting to get into, you're gonna have so much money, you're not gonna know what to do with it.
But that doesn't mean
appropriate.
that Twerka Industries needs to shut down.
No.
anytime soon.
Of course not. No. I mean, again, we have a duty to
Lovely.
We have a duty to support local businesses.
Mom and pops.
Yes.
Lovely. All right.
Great. All right. So moving on, we need to go back to the ship.
Yeah. Nice quick get on those parts. So. Yes.
So another thing the restored content mod does is it increases your engagements with HK protocol droids. you will fight them more in the game. There are less points where you can fight them in the base game.
Really?
Yeah, it adds more, not necessarily adds, but brings back more engagement points.
Why'd they take them away?
We'll get more into that as we progress, but that gives you a lot more chances to fight them.
It's like I understand that overall the discussion has been no time, but it's like in some cases where it's like, yeah, but it was there. You turned it off. It's kind of like, was there a bug? Like, what are we doing? You know?
Oh, you know what? I did also forget. There is a bounty if you want to turn on it. It's like 100 credits, if you care.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's the criminals on the planet when we did that. But yeah.
Next ATM.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Betrayal.
What?
Machines. His passion for such things defies me.
Why would you say it out loud?
It's almost like maybe she didn't like it when T3 showed us the message of Karth.
You fucking...
Also, this is even better. Go talk to both of them. Go talk to T3 and then go talk to Kreia.
You, like... what? That was so mean. For nothing. Hey, buddy. How are you?
I think you're good. Okay, so I don't think you can say anything. But you can go talk to Kreia. Oh yeah, maybe you can do that too. Give it a shot. Why not? I don't think we're good enough yet, but we can give it a shot. Yeah.
Failed.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
Okay, that went nowhere.
Yeah. Great. Let's go talk to Kreia about that. What the hell was up with that? Kreia, what you doing over there?
Doesn't this connect to over here?
Yeah. So to the left. Straight down to the end of the hallway.
You're right. Oh my!
Just out of nowhere, just granny rage.
What the fuck?